Hey, good morning, everybody. We're just getting started. Good morning.
Morning, morning,
Waiting,
morning.
waiting for some people to join.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh,
It's Wednesday,
it's Wednesday. It
March
is.
25th already.
Yeah.
I believe. I don't know about you, Kevin, but I keep forgetting what day it is. Luckily, we have the Rotary live meeting to say, hey,
Yeah.
it's Wednesday.
Yeah. It's pretty good because I think it was yesterday. Oh, geez, it's Sunday. We got to go back to work tomorrow. And I'm like, wait a minute, no. It's interesting how work and our regular activities kind of time us, or keep us going. Oh, hey, look,
Yeah.
we've got
Hi.
some joined up here. Good morning, Denise and Karen.
Joanna.
Yep. Oh, but
Nitsa.
don't forget Nitsa. Good morning, Nitsa. Oh, hey, Denise, I'm glad you like our lighting.
You
Yeah.
can see us today.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better.
Yeah. Maybe it's best not to see me. It's always great to see Angela, of course. Hey, Philippe, good morning. How are you? Hey, look at that. We got Goldine joined this morning. Very nice. Nice to see everybody. Hey, of course, as usual, we're not going to get started until 8 o'clock, but I do want to remind people you can put in the happy sad dollar with a happy or hashtag happy dollar or hashtag sad dollar. Of course, we're not going to collect on it today. We should probably,
It's a four-way test when we go back.
We'll set up a Venmo so that you could do it at that moment. All right.
Who wants to set up the Venmo?
We'll have to
delegate.
Well, yeah, we'll have to talk to Sue Ann about that. Hey, good morning, Stephen. Hey, and look.
Oscar.
Oh, wait.
And
Nigel. How you doing, Nigel? So for those of you that don't know, Nigel was a member of our club a number of years back. And so we're thrilled to see you here this morning,
Past
Nigel.
Rotarian Nigel Templeton.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, Stephen Baker, our president-elect there.
Yeah. And I saw Oscar yesterday morning when we were driving over to do our supermarket sweep over at Walmart.
Yeah, I saw you went to Costco, and I'm glad you survived there, Oscar.
Buenos dias, Oscar. Let's see. And so I was thinking the other day. So Philippe is a videographer, right? He does video, he does photography. Something you might want to check out is that for him, he has a lot of weddings as part of his portfolio of work. And of course, with all the social distancing, etc., I'm betting that a lot of those got canceled out. So if you own a business and you're looking forward to doing some marketing, you might want to get in contact with Philippe because it might be a good time for him to
help you get the message out.
Yeah, fit you into the schedule as well as.
Like how we volunteer you for that, there, Philippe.
Well, hey, it's business for Philippe, right? I mean, he's got to make his money too, but I think it's a good opportunity. And then Anitra, good morning, Anitra. How are you? Good to see you. And so anyway, I mean that's what I've been hearing a lot of as we.
Different strategies too. Also, for those of you out there that don't know, at Rotary5180.org, please go out there. If you don't have your business card and information out online, we have an area out there as Rotarians that you can put your business cards out there online under the advertising because of your vocation and the ways that you could possibly help people during this time. So again, we're all about the networking and helping each other in this time. So check out Rotary5180.org. I know I'm always preaching that to a lot of our members that right. Go check that out. There's a lot of resources and information.
Yeah. And so we will get started at 8 o'clock, but right now, for those of you who are just new or just joining, typically what we do in the first, between 7:45 and 8 o'clock is just kind of mix and mingle, and it's a bit difficult to do it in this forum. But feel free to use the, I don't know which side it is here, feel free to use the chat applet, and if you had something you wanted to say. And I want to welcome Karen. Karen just joined. Karen owns Nurse, well, she is a CPA. And she also owns Nurse
Next Door.
Nurse Next Door. Sorry, Karen. And so, that's an interesting thing too. So if any of your senior parents or any, a neighbor or whatever needs some assistance, that maybe now is the right time and to get some assistance. And Kieran can certainly help you out with that. So anyway, I forget where we were going. Oh, in terms of, try to help out other businesses. One of the other things that we're going to talk about later is some of the local restaurants that have traditionally been part of Taste, Taste of Elk Grove, right? Which is now
June 6th.
June 6th, by the
June
way.
6th.
Hoping everybody cross fingers. Anyway, we'll talk about that, about some of the local restaurants
that people can frequent and have to, people are even offering delivery service. Again, we know a lot of homebound people right now too that are over 65 that we're working with on our project about the shelter in place, and in addition to the people that we've been helping through the Elk Grove Food Bank with the mobile pantry that can't get their food either. So there's a lot of different options and opportunities, a lot of people stepping up to the plate to help out to get food where it's needed. Yeah. And the least we can do is try to support those that support us at Taste of Elk Grove too.
Right.
So.
And by the way, if any of you ever wonder why we keep looking up like this over here, we've got a whiteboard behind the camera. It's the magic of Hollywood, right? We've got a whiteboard behind the camera, and so we're not looking off into ghosts or anything in the room, but we're looking up at our board. But I do want to welcome. Oh, we've got some more folks joining here. Jamie Clark, thank you for joining us. And Jamie is a nurse at Dignity. And Mazzy. Hi, Mazzy. How are you? I forget which club is Mazzy from.
She'll tell us. I think.
Tell us what club you're from, Mazzy.
Fair Oaks or Folsom?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, nice to see you. Marie and Lisa Avila. Yeah. Elisa and her husband Tim have been
part of our shop team.
Partners in crime on our supermarket shopping team, and we'll talk a little bit about that later too. But again, if anybody has any questions or about what does Rotary do, or why do we do what we do, or when do we meet, or anything like that, feel free to put those questions up there.
So we have a webpage too.
Yep, that's true. We've got a webpage. It's Laguna sunriserotary.org. As you can tell, we obviously have a Facebook page. Go ahead.
I was just saying, one of the things that we talked about last time that I haven't acted on yet is doing a monthly, quote, information night. We call them also firesides that will come on here. We got to decide on a date. We're going to do that this week to talk about all things Rotary. Any questions you've heard about Rotary, what we can do to educate new people out here that aren't Rotarians or have heard of Rotary. We want to be able to assist and answer those questions. And so we just decided, why not do an information night? I call it the fireside, and we'll be doing that here in I don't know, April. I'll put a hard date on it that I'm going to try to do it in the beginning of April.
Okay. Great. And so we've got other folks who have joined. So it's past District Governor Jack Arney. So thank you for joining us today. So again, for those of you who may have just joined, what we typically do in our meetings first is we tend to gather about 7:45, and we have a little bit of fellowship. Normally, this is accompanied by eggs and bacon or pancakes or French toast, but you're gonna have to bring that yourself. So
I've got water.
I've got coffee. So
I had a shake somewhere.
Is that your shake there?
Oh yeah, I have a shake.
Let's see. So then we get started about 8:00. So if anybody has any banter or whatever they want to put in the chat, that would be great. One of the other things that we typically do is called a happy dollar or a sad dollar. Typically you have to give $1 or a nickel or whatever when you give the happy dollar or sad dollar. But since we can't do that today, you can still do a hashtag happy dollar or a hashtag sad dollar. That way we can read it out later during happy sad dollar. And we'll
share that. That's a way to talk, because out here on Facebook Live, you're subjected to us
Yeah.
But you could also put a hashtag too, Laguna Sunrise Rotary. So if you do any pictures or things that you want to share and information when we're going back and forth, that'll go over to the Instagram and be shared there too. So thank you for, again, we're here to collaborate and educate and inform. So anything you want to add in is always welcome.
So I guess Oscar's a little sad. I guess you need to make that your sad dollar, Oscar, that he's wondering why we don't deliver.
Deliver what, Oscar? You're just down the street. I can bring you. What do you need?
The eggs, the bacon, Yeah. We'd have to get up a little bit earlier. Oh, and just want to let you know, District Governor Ray Ward has joined. For those of you that don't know, our Rotary year goes from July to June. And so Ray is the district governor this year. And I am the president this year of our Laguna Sunrise Rotary Club. So Nitsa, I like your question, and I'm going to hang on to that question until a little bit later. Maybe the right time to do it now. Angela, we got about 4 minutes before we start the meeting. Where do you get your Rotary swag? Because God knows everybody's been seeing me wear this shirt for the last couple of weeks. It's because my old shirts don't fit anymore.
This is the new one I just got you from Russell Hampton.
Yeah.
So you can go out to Russell Hampton online and order some Rotary swag. Also, this lovely piece is from our very own Rotarian Valerie Mebus and the Rotary Club of Roseville, and she has a company called Promote Me, again online, and you can contact her about other Rotary swag as well. She was just at our what's called our President-elect training conference that we just had down in San Jose. For the first time, she got to bring out her small business there with all the Rotary International logo, everything on it. She brought down and got to be a vendor there for the first time. And I think did really super awesome. Yeah. So you can Russell Hampton, Promote Me. Those are the different places that you can get swag. This bracelet I got from Russell Hampton as well too. There's anyone that knows me knows I like bling. Yeah. So there's lots of good stuff out there.
Yeah, so if you want like just the the typical Rotary stuff, as Angela said, you can go to Russell Hampton. That's one of the few approved vendors for Rotary International logo branding. But Valerie Mebus is here locally in Roseville, right? And she can do a lot more customization. So if you want to have something for Laguna Sunrise Rotary or something else,
your other clubs,
or just in general, right? Look, she's a business here in the area as well, and if you need anything done, she can get that done. And it's Promote Me. It's promoteme.org, I think. Or
Karen Central.
Karen, do me a favor and throw up the.
Can you put up her website, please?
Put up her website when you get a chance.
That's Assistant Governor Karen Central.
She's on the line. Okay.
I got you, Karen.
Assistant Governor Karen Central. Sorry. Anyway, some other people joined. So we have Lori Alaniz, and she is at the Sheldon Wine Store. I got that right, I hope. If not, there's going to be a couple people mad at me. But just off of Sheldon Road at the AM/PM, there is a fantastic wine.
Local wine shop.
Sheldon Wine Shop there, right off of 99 in Sheldon. And so, these folks, Angela, Ophelia De La Paz.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
My girlfriend from junior high school, Cindy De La Paz. And hello, Ophelia and Ray. Thank you for coming out.
Yep. And then we've got JT. JT, haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. And of course, Jim Luttrell, another Rotarian in our club, has joined. And yes, thank you very much, Oscar. There's another local Rotarian, Bruce Jones. He's in the Elk Grove Rotary Club. He has T-shirts, caps, trophies.
C&T Trophy Shop, I believe.
C&T Trophy Shop. So that's somebody you'd want to look into as well. So Steve Ruland just joined, and Steve Ruland has Ruland's Used Office Furnishings. And it's on 16th Street in Sacramento. He's part of the Sacramento Club, the big club. And so if you need used office furnishings or new office furnishings, Steve's your guy. And if you remember, Angela, you remember that big, huge fiberglass steer that used to be on Elk Grove Boulevard.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
It's now on 16th Street, and he kind of uses that steer as a billboard. And
yeah.
you can see it on 16th Street in
it's 8
Sacramento.
o'clock.
Alrighty, bing, it is now 8 o'clock. So as the president of the club, it's my responsibility to start the meeting. And earlier this year, my other bell was stolen. And since it's been returned, but but now it's locked up in the Valley High Country Club. And so I'm going to start with a bell that Rotarian Josh Green gave to me. So here we go, let's get started. Alrighty, good morning, Rotarians. The time is now 8 o'clock, and it is time to start the meeting.
Welcome to all of our guests as well. If you hadn't been on the line with us before we started, we've been just visiting, talking about local businesses, local Rotarians, how we can do business together to support each other, and we welcome you all to our second
Second one. Yep.
Facebook Live for Laguna Sunrise Rotary.
Yep, and thank you for joining us, Mariel. Good to see you. We'll charge you a late dollar, but I'll get that later. Don't worry about it. You keep your distance. Alrighty, so I do want to again give a reminder. Later, we're going to do happy dollars, sad dollars. So it's an opportunity for you to express something that is happy for you or something that is sad. I won't charge you the dollar today, but the next time I see you, I'm gonna get that dollar.
And that dollar, when we talk about that, goes towards our what?
It goes to our club operating funds. It helps pay for the insurance, for all that kind of stuff. It just helps us out to do that. Okay, so I want to start off with the inspirational quote. Typically, I ask another Rotarian to do it, but we had an opportunity. Well, many people have been hearing about what we're doing on the senior shut-in program that we've been augmenting with the Elk Grove Food Bank. And actually, Angela, I'm gonna push this back to you, because what I want you to do is to tell people about this card and how you got this card. Let me hold it up to the. Go ahead.
So what we did is we are going to different senior apartments and locations that were part of the mobile food pantry. That food bank would have a little shopping experience, and the elderly could come get their essentials that they needed, their vegetables, their meat, their eggs, and whatnot. So because of the common space being cut down, stopped now, the mobile pantry can't go into those locations. So now our team, Laguna Sunrise Rotarians, a bunch of community members from Elk Grove, have been going to these locations to deliver those boxes to people's doorsteps. We set down the boxes.
You're telling too long. That's coming later.
And
I wanted
when
you to
we
tell
set
them.
that down, I'm trying to say, when we set down the boxes, this one lady, I went to her apartment to ring the doorbell, step back, and she brought out a card. It was, it had a little paper clip on it and said, "You are an angel, and we so appreciate you. Please tell all the food bank angels, everyone that's bringing us food and making sure we're fed, how important they are." So this is for all of you that have been donating to the GoFundMe, all of you that have been supporting in the ways that you can, by telling your friends, telling companies. We've heard from many different companies. So thank you to everybody. This is for all of you.
Right. And I'll read it out just in case you can't see it very well. Thank you so very much from my heart. May you always be blessed. Sincerely, Sharon M. And
From the vintage, yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to tell everybody where she was, but
anyway,
it's okay.
not everybody knows where that is.
Anyway, I wanted you to know that the residents appreciate what the Rotary and what other community members, right? We can't do this. We couldn't have done this without other community members. And I wanted to let you know that they sincerely appreciate it. And so, yeah. All right, I'll move on. And we've been doing introductions all along, but let me catch you up with some people who have just joined. Rotarian Sue-Ann Kashawagi. It's good to see you, Sue-Ann. And of course, Rotarian Robert Rhymes. And I don't know if Kathy's with you, Robert, but I hope so. And I hope everybody's doing well.
And because people have joined later too, we usually do the guests that are out there too, because there's so many. Please look up and down the strand there, and you can see that we have a lot of new guests joining us. And I want to welcome you all again to our live meeting. And anytime you have questions or anything, try to put it in the strand. We'll do our best to keep up with it, to answer your questions as we go along. So welcome everybody. Hope you're all welcome.
Right. And of course, John Carr. Thank you very much for joining us, John. We appreciate that. All right. So with that, I think, Angela, the next thing I'd like to talk about, please, is something that's coming up, in about 5 days, or actually ongoing. So,
new updates that I want to let you all know that you can help push out. And I want to thank the District 5180. Our area is called District 5180 for those of you that don't know, of our comprised over 35 clubs that we have. I want to say we're at about 38 right now. And what we're doing is we're doing a blood drive. We need donors still. Urgent need for donors. Each club every year does their own blood drive. Laguna Sunrise Rotary's blood drive was slated for March 30th. However, it's an active drive right now. We are club number 54. I have the phone number that I'm going to put up here again, and feel free. We are doing right here in Elk Grove right now. They're taking your calls to do a specific reservation for the blood drive. 1-866-822-5663. Because your blood donations are so urgently needed, you can go in whenever the best time slot that they have available that works for you as well. It's a controlled environment, very clean, and they need your blood. It is okay to still give blood. And right now in Elk Grove, the location of Vitalent, which used to be Blood Source, and there's my little blood guy, is 9267 Laguna Springs Drive, Elk Grove, California, 95758. Again, that's donor number 54 for Laguna Sunrise Rotary. When you mention our number and our club, we get credit for the amount of blood donations that we gave, because we do a little competition as well. But also, Bill and Melinda Gates Fund also does some donations towards our eradication of polio. So those of you that don't know, again, one of our main missions is to eradicate polio as well with the Rotary.
Yeah,
that's that, and it's going on right now. Don't have to wait till March 30th. Call them today for an appointment.
Right. And you can also help us out with increasing awareness that the blood drive is going on. There is a video that we have on our Laguna Sunrise Rotary page. It's with John Phillips. And some of you have met John Phillips before. John has a condition called ITP. And he's in danger of if he ever gets into even a minor accident, because he doesn't have enough platelets, because his blood condition is the way that it is. It's possible that even with a small accident, he could bleed out before he ever gets to the hospital. So he asked to be part of the drive. So please share out his video so that people can see the human face to why we're doing what we do. For one dose of what John needs, it takes 1,000 donors. One dose takes 1,000 donors.
So again, and that you when you feel like you can't do anything right now, if you could share that out to your sphere of influence, and then they'll share it out, and so on. Again, that's how we can help those the most in need right now. So that's a big project as well. Yep. So also one of the things we've been doing is we ask Goldine and Suzanne, some of our Rotarians, Nitsa, thank you, everyone that's been reaching out to our Rotarians that we haven't, just to call up, especially those that may be senior citizens and our Rotary clubs, to check in, see how everyone's doing. And you don't have to be necessarily asked by Kevin or I. Feel free to reach out to our local membership and make sure that they're okay and what they're in need of. So that's always a good thing, to reach out to our fellow members.
Right. Usually, you know, in many Rotary clubs, they have a sunshine club, right? And if there's a member who hasn't shown up in a while, or there's a member who you know is down, right? They reach out by the phone, make sure everybody's good. And so during this time, it's a great idea just to call somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing? You know, do you need anything? Do you need some groceries, or or do you just want to talk, or whatever?" Just I encourage you to do that. So let's see. Before we leave the blood real quick.
Going back to the blood drive.
Well, yeah. Let me go
Going
back.
on right now. Yeah. Go
Right.
ahead.
Jeez.
I'm just saying.
You let me
Go.
talk.
Okay, go.
Okay. All right. If everybody knows us, this is totally us, right? Anyway, so Denise said that she called in to make her blood appointment and couldn't get on Monday. So she's going on Saturday, and it's going to go towards the club. Thank you for that. You brought up a really good point, Denise. And Angela has talked about it. It doesn't have to be on March 30th, right? You can do it at any time, between now and, whenever, right? The goal is to please get out there and donate, encourage others to donate. And of course, we would appreciate it if you use that donor number 54, or just tell them Laguna Sunrise. So
yeah, if it's April, if it's May, anytime. Again, it's so needed right now, even more than usual, because as they shared with us, people that are sheltered in place that were able to give blood before, and maybe they're compromised now, they can't come in to do it.
Yep.
But call them, find out, and get you the appointment that works for you.
Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to move to, Angela, was the speech contest. So the semifinal and finals at this point in time for the district have unfortunately been canceled, and that's understandable, right? It's difficult to get people together in a room to judge and to have it's difficult. And at one point we were considering not doing ours as well, right? Our local club. But Angela, do me a favor and tell everybody. I wish we would have been able to get Suzanne on the phone today.
Yeah.
This morning.
I didn't hear from her,
But
Suzanne,
she's probably busy.
Yeah,
So, but Suzanne and Angela and the rest of the committee came up with a very unique way to do our speech contest. And so I'm going to ask Angela if she would please tell us about how the speech contest went.
Well, Suzanne and I were talking. As you can imagine, our contest was scheduled for last Friday, the 20th. And as the week progressed last week, it got sketchier of whether or not we were even going to be able to go into council chambers to do the speech contest. We had it figured out that we're going to do less than 10 people, have each student come in one at a time. We were going to somehow work it out. But then it came down that we couldn't even do that. I had scheduled another meeting that was on GoToMeeting, and Suzanne and I said, at the local level, our teens can use 3x5 cards anyway, and so they can do their speech via GoToMeeting. Why not? So we talked to all the students, we talked to the judges, and everybody was on board for that. So we made a GoToMeeting, and Suzanne Kennedy chaired that, and I was just behind the scenes with the video stuff.
Who were some of the volunteers that you had on the front, or who were the speech judges?
Yeah, so speech judges we had were Planning Commissioner Mackenzie Weiser, and then we had Craig Parker as well. He works for the city of Elk Grove, I want to say. I don't know. I think I just blanked. Yeah. And then our own Rotarian, Monica Patel. At the local level, you can have a Rotarian also be a judge. All these people are very seasoned presenters and their daily work vocations, and we're great volunteers to have to help us out with this. We so that was nice. Again, the judges were flexible, adaptable. We sent over the sheets to them that they needed to tally up. They scanned those sheets, and then we had our timer and then our people that tallied it up at the end, and then we had our winners as well. Suzanne said she could come on at 8:30 and go over the winners and everything like that as well too.
Okay, so then maybe what we'll do, since Suzanne is going to join us at 8:30, we'll leave that to her to tell us who the winners are.
Yeah, and we were able to inform, just so you all know, we had 5 candidates that still participated via GoToMeeting, and we were able to tally up everything that evening, Friday night, and they were informed via email of the winners. And we plan on, when we get back to usual meetings, that we're gonna have them come and do their top speeches that won.
Right. Okay. So since we'll hold off on that to wait for Suzanne. So I think the next thing we want to talk about, let's go a little bit to the restaurants and the local businesses. And if you're a local business person, which many of you are, I want you to go ahead and explain as you in the chat, right? This is okay. It's all right for you to brag here. It's okay to share your information because we want to highlight local businesses. And one of the first things that I did want to talk about to get this started is that, as we know, there are a lot of local restaurants that are hurting right now because you can't gather locally. So we want to name some out of the restaurants out that have supported our Taste of Elk Grove. Oh, which Taste of Elk Grove postponed June 6th.
Mark your calendar. We're hoping for June 6th.
So, but we wanted to highlight or just to talk about some of those restaurants that have supported this year and in the past, right? And so,
and we're going to forget some, but go to tasteofeg.com. Right. And you can see the list of our local restaurants that are participating as well. I can't guarantee all of them are doing curbside pickup right now. We're just going to highlight a few. If you know some, please put them in the chat here and put a hashtag next to their name as well too, please. Yep. And that's how you can help get their help. Yeah.
Yeah. So last night, it was Tuesday yesterday.
Taco Tuesday,
right? And so there's a couple of great restaurants in Elk Grove that have tacos, of course, one of them being Toto and Poco. But the one that we went to last night was over on the east side of Elk Grove, and that's Fiesta Market. And Fiesta Market supported us in our Taste of Elk Grove last month. And they were presenting at the Taste of Elk Grove last year, and they were planning to do that this year. They have chicken, beef, carnitas, what they have.
Homemade
fantastic
guacamole, all kinds of yummies.
Yeah.
But again, we have Sheldon Inn's doing curbside pickup, Leatherby's, Chasen's Crab Stadium, right. Baguettes,
BJ's. Of course, if you like pizza, that's a good choice. And they have everything, right? If you can't find something at BJ's that the whole family likes.
Boulevard Bistro, locally owned, as well as Baguettes. Did I say Baguettes? Baguettes as well. Just check out, like I said, tasteofeg.com, or right here we have a Taste of Elk Grove out on Facebook too that we're updating as we speak with the different restaurants and participants for June 6th.
Yep. And if you have a favorite restaurant that you want to make sure is highlighted, just go ahead and put it in the comments over there, and because Karen has talked about Fiesta Market Yum, and it is it's fantastic, and they've been great support.
And thank you, Nitsa, for also saying out there at tasteofeg.com, we also have the list of all of our sponsors and vendors that are critical to helping us do all these different projects that we're doing to support our community as well too. So like our anti-human trafficking project and different outreach that we've done with different things.
Yeah. So I got to highlight somebody who just joined. There's a gentleman who just joined, Rotarian Clarence Parkins.
Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Clarence. How are you doing, Clarence? Clarence was my sponsor into Rotary. Clarence is a fantastic guy. I love him dearly. and it was such
Rancho
a
Cordova
pleasure.
Lunch Club, right?
Rancho Cordova Lunch Club, and it
Yeah.
was absolutely fantastic. So I want to say thank you to I should say past District Governor Clarence
Right.
Parkins. So
What
thank you.
hasn't he done?
Yeah.
I think he's been out in zone. And
Yep.
for those of you that are visiting, there's all these different names that we're using, and Rotary has all these acronyms, and there's just different levels. And this man is one of our. I think he's in our Hall of Fame as well.
He's a
So,
rock star.
Yeah.
And to that point, if we use acronyms or whatever that you have a question about, please go ahead and put it in the questions about what we're talking about. Oh, Suzanne joined, so you can get her on the phone.
Okay.
But it's important to know that what Angela was talking about before, a fireside. We'll do a fireside online, and that fireside will be specifically to tell you about what Rotary International is and what Laguna Sunrise Rotary is about. It's our opportunity to kind of tell you, what it is exactly that we do. So with that, and while Angela is getting Suzanne on the phone, I'm going to start talking about our senior shut-in project update. And I got to tell you, this has been overwhelming. And when the club suggested to the Elk Grove Food Bank Services that we wanted to help augment their existing senior shut-in program, we originally thought it was going to take about 2 weeks. We thought we would do 2 weeks worth of augmentation. And so we thought we would need to raise $7,000 and we would need to get a few volunteers. And by the end of the first week, which was last week was our first week of distribution, we realized that this is going to be an ongoing issue for at least, an additional month at least. So by that point, we had reached that $7,000 goal that we needed, and we expanded our fundraising to $21,000. At this point in time, we are at $13,330 or $830 dollars that have been donated online. But we've also received some offline donations as well. One of them being $2,500 from New Star. Thank you, Anna Bertolucci, who's not on the phone right now, or excuse me, on Facebook. But also there's a company called Vulcan Materials, and they are in Elk Grove. They're actually new. They do like asphalt surfacing, things like that. They donated another $2,500 as well. So I'm happy to tell you that we're at about $16,500. We still need some more to get us to that $21,000 threshold. But we have been doing really, really well. Last week, we were able to do distributions to 174 seniors throughout Elk Grove. I'll do the, was she good on time or?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll finish up the senior shut-in update first. We did 174 last week. This week it's expanded to 247. And we're able to do it with about $3,500 a week, so we're right on target with our budget. It's been amazing how much community volunteering we have seen. We asked for help, we're getting help. A quick side story, growing up here in Elk Grove, we didn't have a whole lot of government. I mean, we had our county supervisors and such, but 40 years ago, we were kind of an outpost in Sacramento, right? And what happened was, it was community leaders. Okay, it was the grocery store owner, it was the newspaper owner, it was teachers, those were the people that made things happen. Our entertainment at times was donkey basketball. Okay, we'd play donkey basketball in Elk Grove High School.
They still do it in Elk Grove High.
They still do it as a fundraiser, right? But my point in this is, what happened for us was done by community members, and of course over time, the city has grown, and no insult to big boxes or anything like that, but some of the smaller businesses that used to be to really make Elk Grove a great place kind of vanished, right? They retired, or you didn't have the small chain grocery store anymore. My point of where I'm going with this, yes, I know, Angela, I know you're trying to warn me,
Yeah.
but my point in this is that what I'm happy to see now is that it's community members that are stepping up to make things happen again. And that's the spirit of Elk Grove. That service before self, that thing that Rotary is all about, that's what I'm seeing again. And I'm very touched and I'm very happy to hear about that. Happy to see it and happy to be part of it.
Yeah.
So we've got the senior shut-in update. It's going to continue on for a while. By the end of April, hopefully we'll have that wrapped up and things will be back to normal. So promised you an update on the speech contest, and we have the chair of the speech contest, Rotarian Suzanne Kennedy, is on the phone, and she's going to give us an update. So Suzanne, use your outside voice.
Outside voice, okay. So Kevin, it's good to see you're doing well this morning. Are you doing okay?
Doing great, thank you.
All right, good. And Angela, of course, as well. So we had our speech contest last week, and it was kind of, I think Angela may have mentioned it already, but it was a bit of a scramble leading up to it because we, trying to adjust to the latest guidelines and figure out what we were going to do. We didn't want to cancel, but we also didn't know how to run this. So Angela had this great idea, let's use it going remote, go to meeting, and it worked really well. It was super smooth. So we had our three judges log in, our contestants log in. Angela was there. I think Lisa Avila was there. I'm not sure if there was any other spectators, but it worked really smooth. And so we had 5 contestants that ended up competing. The first place finisher was Luke Strom, and he is a senior at Elk Grove High School. So he will advance to the semifinal level. Hopefully that takes place. I'm working with Karen. The district is not sure what they're going to do with the remaining levels. So I'm really advocating that they continue forward and hoping that Karen will take the message to the district saying that it worked. It worked for us. Let's try to do it remote. Let's give these kids the opportunity. I think that would be really a great opportunity for them to be able to do it even under these circumstances. So hopefully Luke comes on. I think we should invite him at a future meeting remotely to give his speech. Usually we have the first place finisher come in and present to the club. That's probably not going to be able to happen this year, but I think it would be great if we can get him in. The second place finisher also did great, and his name is Samuel Tong, and he is from Kissimmee Oaks High School, and he is actually a freshman, and he did a great job. So hopefully he will just continue to get better as he advances through. And then the third place finisher was a young man by the name of Noah. He's 11th grader, also from Kissimmee Oaks High School. So that was the speech contest, and I'm really happy that we were able to play it through. And the theme this year was Connect to Inspire, which they always give some kind of a bit of a nebulous theme for these kids to struggle with. So it's always fun to see how they work it through and how they interpret it, and they all did a really great job.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Suzanne. It was inspiring as always, and how these students, like you said, adapted to this environment and really appreciated the fact that we did something. I think that they worked very hard about what it means to connect, to inspire, and like you said, I hope that we can do something online. Hopefully this will pass over sooner than later, but another option, like you said, we usually have the first place winner give their speech. Why not have him come out to our Facebook Live and give his speech no matter what too? So I think all the students that win in their areas should do that. There's no reason we can't, because this is all about our future, the children, the teens' future, and what better way to promote Rotary than to talk about what they think it means to connect, to inspire.
Right. Yeah, and this is a perfect example, right? Because even though we couldn't hold the contest in person, they were still able to connect and I think one of the essential things of Rotary and what makes it so successful is that you take an issue, you problem solve it, and then you overcome it. And I think that's what we did on a small level with the speech contest. And I'm really proud of us for soldiering through. And one of the great things about it as well, I was able to conduct the speech contest in my sweatpants.
Yeah. And you may not know, Suzanne, but our district governor, Ray Ward, is on this call too, so he's hearing us.
But
Okay, great. Okay, so Ray, you just got to put a nice shirt on, sit at a table,
Yeah.
and you can wear whatever underneath.
There you go.
I heard that he's wearing bunny slippers right now. That's just what I heard.
There you go.
That's what I
Who
heard.
knew you could conduct a speech contest in that kind of attire? So now's your opportunity.
Nice.
Thank you, Suzanne. Anything
All right,
else?
thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Right. Okay. So that's actually a great idea. We can, Monica, do a Zoom meeting. I was trying to figure it out a little bit this week on how to do that, because what I want to do next week, and so this is perfect for where I wanted to go next with the conversation. There are two speakers that I want to have. And one of them is a fella named Brian Boggs, who is the gym owner of Amped Fitness. And he's the guy that I go to. And I want to have him Zoom in so that he can show us, the 5 core exercises that that keep you, that are good to do when you're shut in, basically. And then another gentleman who joined last week, he is a therapist, and what he would like to talk about is how to keep mentally fit during these, sequestering or quarantine type stuff. So we're going to add those in. We're going to use Zoom. So thank you very much for that, Monica. But I do want to open it up, and if you would please write in the chat on the side what it is, what other ideas that you may have. We're hoping, of course, that we don't have to do this for a long period of time. But I'm happy to take ideas because they may make great speakers for when we go back to our regular meetings. So let's see.
Did you do District 51 media update?
Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you for the reminder. So, 2 things. For those of you who were planning on going to international conference in Oahu, sadly, it's been canceled. Hopefully you've heard that, but unfortunately it's been canceled. Hi, Laurel. Thanks for joining. The other one is it's called How You Doing webinar. And it's an opportunity for Rotarians across the district to get together sort of like this. They're probably going to use Zoom, I would expect, something like that. Of course, if you want to add to that, Ray, feel free. If you want to, Saturday morning, May 28th, 9 a.m. And if you would like to sign up for that, all you need to do is go to rotary5180.org and you will see that and you'll be able to sign up. My bet is it's probably open to anyone. It's probably doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a Rotarian. And it may very well be a perfect opportunity for you to get to know other people in the area. And so please check that out, rotary5180.org. And so let's see, we've covered the district website, the international conference. And we do have, I think it's probably about time to head into the happy sad dollar. And so if anyone can see Nitsa's comment over here on the right, this is what I'm talking about. I'll read it out and then we can, it's an opportunity for people to talk about what's important to them right now. So Nitsa says, happy dollar. I was happy to spend some time starting our garden with my girls this weekend. We planted some zucchini, tomatoes, and bell pepper seeds. The girls loved playing in the dirt and have some outdoor time. They also found some old sandbags, opened them, and decided to make some beach time.
Nice.
Hopefully build some
innovative.
sandcastle, right? Anyway, have some beach time with some buckets and water. Kids are resilient, LOL. Yeah, I mean that's an interesting thing, right? A a lot of people are now looking for different ways to connect with their family than to relieve some of that boredom.
Yeah.
So
Well, out on my runs the trails, people are keeping their social distancing, and it's kind of interesting. You tell people to stay home, they got to stay home, and I see more people exercising outside because obviously all the gyms are closed and such like that too. But you hear people talking a lot more like back in the day when we grew up in the 70s, and it's interesting. Yeah, I gave away our age. All right. Sorry. Anyway, it's the community feel like you talked about
Yep.
people stepping up and wanting to volunteer and do what they can. That's really why I think it'll be important for us to, all of our clubs, the other clubs that are listening to do information nights online, to tell people about Rotary, how they can impact their communities and really be part of our family in Rotary.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so folks, go ahead and put up a happy dollar, and I'm not going to charge you the dollar. I mean, I'm not going to come knock on your door right now. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll be there, but I'll share my happy dollar. And one of them is, and it relates to the senior shut-in program. I mentioned last week that there was someone who was not very kind about what we were doing. They thought we were hoarding. But I'm happy to report that other than that, I haven't had any problems. And what we've seen, we've done it's called supermarket sweep. We've had Rotarians and community members like Tim and Lisa Avila. They're kind of our
Neats has gone out.
Our partners in crime. Neats has gone out. Mackenzie Weezer, a number of others.
Jim O'Donnell, Rotarian Jim O'Donnell.
Yep, Rotarian Jim O'Donnell.
And he brought a friend and he went shopping too. And
yeah. But what's great about it, again, is that there have been some fantastic heroes out there. Jorge at Walmart on Bruceville. John at Walmart neighborhood on Elk Grove Boulevard. There's I'm sure there's others that
Trader Joe's give us 15 dozen of eggs as well too. Thanks. Yeah. I think that was Josh. I want to say Josh.
Trader Joe's over on Bruceville. There have been fantastic people stepping up and being true heroes, right? Helping us through lines, helping us find something in the freezer aisle, or setting items aside for us. Helping us go through maybe the garden aisle as opposed to the regular checkout, so we don't get those evil side glares, right? and I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. When you're buying 34 pounds of turkey and 34 loaves of bread and 34 dozen eggs, there are people who look at you like, what? But it's been great. Let's see. So that's my happy dollar. And the happy dollar is to see the great humanity and the community connectedness that we have in Elk Grove. So, Angela,
I wanted to back up on the district news that you were talking about. Again, Rotary5180.org this weekend on Saturday at 9 a.m. We're doing a How Do You Do and webinar, and District Governor Ray Ward did say everyone can come, and you don't have to be a Rotarian, so all are welcome to come out to that as well too. So I'm glad to hear that. I thought it was open to all.
Great. Oh, and on the heroes. So Karen just added Aaron and Victor at Sprouts. Again, there have been stores all over the place that have helped us out. It would be great if we could do direct orders, but unfortunately, we got to have the supermarket sweep teams go out, and Aaron and Victor at Sprouts have helped out District Governor nominee Karen, and so we appreciate that. All right, so let's go with another happy dollar. I think, okay, Janine Logan White, happy dollar. And I love this happy dollar. We have some leftover N95 masks from the fires. I was able to distribute them to different healthcare friends in need. That's fantastic. See, that again, that's an example of community stepping up. And Janine, thank you so much for doing that, because we're all in this together. Yeah. Let's see, Jim O'Donnell joined. How are you, Jim? Good to see you. And yep, I see it. Denise has, I'm happy that James and I are still working. Sad dollar to those who lost their jobs. hashtag thankful. And that is a great opportunity, Denise, to again kind of focus on how this is going. There are people who are struggling, and we really don't even understand their struggles, right? Who would have thought that tech projects would get on hold or things like that? And we have Rotarians who are technology focused, right? And so you think, well, how does this virus affect technology stuff? The point being is everybody gets affected by this, and so it's a good opportunity to reach out to your friends and kind of ask them how things are going, and if there's a way you can refer them, if there's a way that maybe you could use their services, like perhaps Philippe's services or anyone else, please do that. So thank you for that happy and sad dollar, Denise. Laurel. Laurel is from CSD, and she is the public education officer for CSD. And her happy dollar is that she was able to door drop fire safety stuff for kids for their birthday. And she says she misses going out into the public. Yeah, it's amazing how we just kind of change our game, right? And hopefully those kids can use it for something fun, right? Something educational. So that's awesome to hear. Thank you, Laurel. Mm-hmm. Let's see. And so I don't see any more happy.
Any other happy or sad dollars that we missed?
Did you have a happy or sad dollar, Angela? Well, I'm sure there's others who will.
I just, like you said, the project, and as you all know, I love being social, and it's been a struggle to not talk to a lot of people, and it's different. This is one way on the telephone, everything like that, but effective and efficient and being productive is in my DNA, and I love this outreach that we're able to assist those that are most in need with the senior shut-ins, and have great respect for all those people, and they're just they make my day by just giving a smile and you to all of you. I want you to understand each and every one of you is helping the ways that you can, and it's so appreciated. And so I'm grateful for all of that, and the human kindness that's out there, because there's so much negativity that we hear about, but there's more good out there than anything. So I'm grateful for that.
Good. All right. One thing, Bruce had a happy dollar earlier, and that happy dollar is actually a request to mention something. Not only are there issues with the senior population, right? They've seen the Elk Grove Food Bank Services has seen a 246% increase in demand sign-ups for additional help. There are service workers who are out of work. There are many people who are out of work, and so what Bruce wanted as a happy dollar was to please mention that the Elk Grove Food Bank, not just our program, right, not just our augmentation, but the Elk Grove Food Bank is really suffering and getting lower on funds, right? They've seen less donations from the grocery stores because everything's being sold. There's less waste, right? But anyway, Bruce asked to let you know that please join him in donating to help them through this challenging time. So thank you very much for your happy dollar. I'll call that a happy dollar, Bruce. So thank you so much for that.
Well, and I think the thing is, again, if people are short on money and things of that nature, and you don't have extra cans of food, you can spread the message. You can share their pages. You can tell friends about it, that we have an Elk Grove Food Bank. I hear about the Sacramento Food Bank too, and we did have the Sacramento Bee following us around this project. So getting that message out to your local county supervisors too. They're working hard, and I do know that they are aware. But again, sharing with your immediate friends, maybe they have some extra canned goods. So just sharing the message with others is helpful too.
Yep. Okay, we have another happy dollar from Lisa Avila. Her happy dollar is to all of those employees and volunteers at the food bank. There's a gentleman, and thank you very much for reminding me of this. There's a gentleman that Lisa wants to highlight, and his name is Brian Lane. And he manages the warehouse. And he and his team work so hard, in spite of us volunteers asking a million questions. I'll tell you what, he is a very
Cool as a cucumber.
he is cool as a cucumber, you know. And being in that food bank and directing all of the traffic that's going on. There's food coming in, there's food going out, there's, you know, he's re-warehousing stuff, and he's directing all these volunteers, some of whom, you know, it's their first day doing something at the food bank. But Brian Lane has absolutely been fantastic. Renee West, who does a lot of the caseload work, you know, signing people up. Of course, Valerie Irwin is fantastic. She's kind of making sure that everything in the office gets orchestrated. There's certainly other volunteers, and of course, you know, it's important to note that Marie Giacchino, who is the executive director, she is absolutely 120% devoted to the Elk Grove Food Bank. It's amazing how devoted and how driven she is to make the Elk Grove Food Bank services a fantastic place. So, Lisa, thank you very much for that happy dollars. I really appreciate that good reminder. Brian Lawrence has a happy dollar. Oh, excuse me, he has two: a happy dollar and a sad one. Right now, he's stuck in Hanford, California. Oh, good times with Hanford. Away from home and family. And so that's a sad dollar, right? His happy one is that he's still working and it's essential. And from what I understand, Brian, I talked to Kristen last week. You're doing construction supervision, and yeah, I'm glad that construction in some places is still continuing on, and I'm sorry to see that you're separated from Kristen, but we'll see you back in Elk Grove soon, right?
He also had the comment, and I saw it, Brian, about when we go back to regular meetings about doing Facebook Live or some kind of way to broadcast our morning meetings. And there are other clubs that are doing that, and we have been looking into that. And so someone in that vocation, maybe Philippe or who's a Rotarian or something like that, we can work on that while we have this time to try to set that up in the future, because we really do want to evolve that way for people to be connected and still be Rotarians at the same time, even though they can't get to the meetings.
Right. And I don't see any more happy dollars, but I do want to bring up something about particularly related to Brian. Angela and I have been talking about what are the lessons that we're learning from this as Rotarians and expanding our outreach. And so what I'm going to ask a small group of people to start, and anyone's welcome to join, right? But what I'd like to do is to talk to some of our younger Rotarians, or get those younger Rotarians to try to figure out how we can have perhaps additional meetings or additional socials each week, or maybe even this format, right? But we've got to find ways to take what we've learned in this and to grow our Rotary family. I'm thrilled to see that we have folks who typically are unable to join, right? Because our breakfast meetings are at 8 o'clock in the morning, and some folks just can't make it. Well, what I'd like to do is to get some solutions on how maybe we can expand our offering, how we can reach out to Rotarians that have young children, right? And then to be able to create maybe a different meeting, right? We still have our existing one perhaps, but then an additional meeting or additional social. This has been a conversation, for those of you who are new, this has been a conversation for a number of years. But I think what this problem, right, this social problem, has given us is an opportunity to innovate And I'd like to take those lessons learned and build it into something so that we can accommodate those folks who can't typically make the 8 o'clock meetings.
Right, right. Well, with our teens as well, the Interact teens that are the Rotarians, they're the high school age Rotarians. We were talking about what we've done before is try to do a group gathering of either a bowling night or with this senior outreach that we're doing, we have teens and elementary students making note cards to go in the boxes for our seniors that are receiving their essentials that we're delivering to in these senior apartments as well, and doing group things together so the Rotarians that do make the morning can come tonight and also meet our younger people and collaborate more on group projects together. We just, that always comes to who's going to spearhead that and how are we going to make that happen, because we all only have so many hours in the day. But let's think of some innovative ways together of what we can do and start it now. Start that. So we're open to ideas and let us know.
Okay. Well, I don't see any more happy or sad dollars up, and I don't know that we want to belabor this too long.
Okay.
Well, I already scrolled up. I already checked. Give me a second. Go ahead, Angela.
To recap, for those of you that came in later, because I see there's still more, and I'm sorry if we didn't see all the people that are coming in. Welcome to the Facebook Live. So you know the events that are going on right now. Urgently needed is blood donors right now. Blood donors, again, is you can call for an appointment, go to any Vitalant. Our blood drive is going on right now for Laguna Sunrise Rotary. You can mention that, or club number 54. Our Vitalant is right here in Elk Grove, is located off Laguna Springs Drive. It's 9267 Laguna Springs Drive. And the phone number to call again is over here on the chat as well, but I'll say it again because it's so important, so needed. 1-866-822-5663 and reference Laguna Sunrise Rotary, and they are going to try to make the best appointment they can for you. Rotarian Denise said she was able to make an appointment for this Saturday. It does not have to be March 30th. It can be any time, and it'll still get credit to Laguna Sunrise Rotary too. But the most important part is helping save people's lives. And so whatever, any Vitalant that's in your area can, call that number, and they'll be glad to help you. And then Rotary5180.org. I can't say that enough. Even if you're not a Rotarian, go out there. Check out everything that we have going on in our district here in the greater Sacramento area. There's different things that our different clubs are doing. I know other clubs, in fact, I believe El Dorado Hills Rotary Club is doing a Facebook Live right now too. So different people are trying to get out the message, fellowship, and help for those in need. So check that all out. And then again, this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. is our district How You Doing webinar that's free for all to come out. And there'll be tips and ideas of different things that people are doing out there. Again, coming together as a community to in fellowship.
All right. So Nitsa talked about a suggestion. One of the suggestions is a board game night. That would actually be pretty cool. Kids love board games, right? So that's one way that we can reach out with families. And I did want to say, Goldine, thank you so much. I think, so I went to the food bank the other day, and I got a stack of cards about like this. And they said, some lady dropped these off, but they couldn't tell me who it was. I'm betting that the person who I got that stack from is Goldine. Said Matt and I were able to write almost 40 notes for senior shut-ins. And the Interact Club that is at the Teen Center is working about 50 or so to drop off tomorrow. Goldine, thank you very much. Believe it or not, the seniors really appreciate hearing something from someone outside, and it's really great that you're doing that. Thank you so much.
Again, when we deliver, they mention those notes. Please tell them, Goldine, that the seniors are so appreciative, and they said it made their day to know that people care. And they didn't know how they were going to, they didn't think that little surprise would be in there, and they were grateful for it.
Right. And also to add, if anybody has the opportunity to go pick up the the Sudoku books, the big print Sudoku books, or the crosswords, or the word seeks. You can get them at dollar store. But if you have an opportunity to pick up some of those and deliver it, you can call Angela or I, or you can drop them off at the food bank and we can pick them up there. We'll package them in the boxes. They love to have that, right? It's something that, helps the day go by. And so please, if you do that, we would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Those are some of the little extras. A lot of times we can't really, you really can't put treats in there or anything because some of them have dietary restrictions. But the cards, pictures from children, right? Or, hand-drawn, whatever, trees and whatever, right? The stuff that you put on your...
Just puts a smile on their face.
Puts the stuff you put on your refrigerator door, right? They love to have that. So if you can do that, that is perfect. So I think with that, we're going to wind up here.
Anything from our guests or anything like that, like I said, those that joined late, we're doing what's called happy and sad dollars too. If you want to share something, you can put a hashtag happy sad dollar. We read those off, but any other kinds of questions, like I said, we do have tasteofeg.com to thank. Go check that out to thank the local restaurants that usually support us too. A lot of them are doing curbside pickups. So look to those people as well too, because there are small businesses that need our support in this time as well too, so they can come back when this is all over.
Yep. All right. So with that, I do want to, for those of you who are new, or have just joining us for the first time, you can see, you can find out more information about us at lagunasunriserotary.org. We also have this Facebook page, which you're seeing now. If you have any questions about Rotary, you can contact me directly. Of course, I think most of you would know how to get in touch with me. But we invite you to come back next week. As I mentioned, we're working on some different programming so that you don't have to listen to Angela and I ramble for an hour. We've tried to make this as interactive as possible, and we want to make it even more so next week. And so just with that, please, go out and into the world and find different ways to connect. It's a challenge right now, but please call each other. Please, send a note, ask each other how we're doing. And so with that, since I don't see any other comments here yet. Oh, Oscar got one. Thank you guys for keeping us in touch. Can't wait till we go back to our regular meetings. Yeah, I hear you, Oscar. I want to do that too. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. And with
share
that,
some kindness.
Yep, share some kindness. And so from Angela and I just want to say thank you for coming. And this ends the meeting. Rotarians, go out into the world and connect the world.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Yeah. I miss Doug giving me the minutes left thing too.
Where's Doug?
Yeah, where's Doug?
Good
All right,
work.
folks.
Bye.
Have a great day.